Boy, it doesn't take but one blink, as these Puerto Rican players are finding out, to have that ball knocked away. As soon as they look up on the dribble, bang, somebody's got their hand on it.
Remember I talked about, though, when the Puerto Rican team substituted, they lose a lot of speed and quickness. Morales not very quick. Lopez, so they really lose that speed and quickness that they have with their frontline guards. You have to watch this team they have on the floor now.
Ortiz misses the three. Rebound, Magic Johnson.
A lot of quick shots right now from Puerto Rico. They're very impatient.
The foul on number 14, Eddie Casiano. Eddie's one of the young Puerto Rican players, only 19 years old. This must be some experience for him. 38-15 U.S., 6:30 to go, first half. U.S. will play the winner of the Brazil-Venezuela game, which is coming up as the second game here tonight on Sunday for the basketball tournament of the Americas Championship. Power move inside Malone. He draws the foul.
Puerto Rico foul on number 13, Edgar Leon.
It's on Edgar Leon.
6th team foul. At the line for USA.
Puerto Rico shooting 21%, only 5 of 24. USA 15 of 24. A lot of those are coming on fast break points.
Well, we talked about the fast break opportunities, whether it be off turnovers or long rebounds. United States 18-0 on the fast break right now. That's the difference in the ball game. You see a 24-point game right now, but the transition opportunities, the United States, good initial defense, good rebounding, and then they love to get out and run. They're a devastating fast break team.
Malone short arms the free throw. Rebound to Edgar Leon. This is Lopez.
He's a very heady floor leader. You know, doesn't have speed and quickness, but very, very solid.
Ortiz trying to work against Leitner, and he does so successfully. Draws the foul from the only college player on the Dream Team, and Ortiz will go to the free throw line.
Now, I talked a little bit about the other night about Christian Leitner, and he's getting into a habit of getting a lot of reaching fouls. That time, Jose Ortiz backed into him. He created the contact, got some space, knocked Leitner back on his heels, and as he went up to shoot the shot, Leitner lazily reached in and got the foul. That's a touch foul in the NBA. You've got to get rid of that. You cannot, as a post player, get those kind of fouls. What Christian's going to have to do is when a guy comes back and tries to bang into him, he's got to brace himself and not be going back with a blow to give the guy space to shoot.
21-point U.S. advantage. Mullen kicks it to Magic Johnson, who takes the drive. Offensive foul. It's 3-second lane violation. One pass too many. 39-18. Morales looking for his jump shot. He's 6'5", but Mullen was right in his face.
I don't remember this Casiano last night playing very much, but he's a left-handed player. Number 14 there for Puerto Rico. He looked like he had a nice little jumper. That time he drove right.
Casiano he didn't play last night.
That's right, and he finished his shot very nicely. I don't remember him being a factor at all in their team the last couple games, in fact. How about this matchup problem? Somebody's going to get an open shot.
Drexler hard to the hoop, missed the jam. Ortiz was up there. Mullen doesn't get it to fall.
Number 5, Federico.
This is Casiano on the drive now. He's a left-handed player, but you see a nice little move there. Finished the shot. Good concentration.
For USA, Chris Mullen.
Double team. Drexler gets the pass, and he takes it to the basket. Looks like his knee's feeling a little bit better.
The foul was on Lopez. Chris Mullen's been playing about 23 minutes per game. Remember, the games are 40 minutes long here. Lopez has no idea how fast these hands are. Mullen gives it to Malone for the power jam.
That's the unselfish play. I mean, Mullen had 2 points. He gave it off to Karl Malone. Now, Mullen had just missed 2 free throws. You'd think the normal thing you want to do is go in and get the 2 points back. He gives it to Karl Malone, knowing now that he's going to get one this time.
Lopez having a nightmare. Mullen will take it this time. Lopez is a heady floor leader, does see the floor well, but is a full step and about a second too slow. Every Every player on Team USA has scored a basket except for Christian Laettner, and no player has attempted more than 4 field goals, to give you some idea of the scary balance of this basketball team. Carter back in. It's punched away by Pippen. As we watched Puerto Rico against Argentina last night, Doug, you felt that these guards were just going to be in a lot of trouble in this ball game.
Well, last night the big front line was the difference in the game for Puerto Rico, but as Argentina picked up their defense and they got out after them, they forced a lot of turnovers, got back in the game, almost stole the game late. But again, another deflection and a pass by Mullen behind the back, and there's.
They did play with it a little too much. Finally, it goes in.
So that's what you have to be careful about, being too unselfish. Scotty gave it to Karl Malone for the dunk, and Malone gives it back to him. And that's where you got to be careful not to get hurt. Somebody comes flying in there on your back to try to block the shot. Chris Mullen ends up with 2 points on the tip-in.
Number 14, Cassiano, the 19-year-old guard, launched an NBA-length three-pointer that drew nothing but air.
You see the team that Chuck Daly has on the floor right now. Scottie Pippen's actually the point guard. You've got Chris Mullen and Drexler with Malone and Christian Laettner. No one's going to pick up Mullen. He'll dribble down and just shoot a 3.
Rebound to 13, Edgar Leon. 47-20. 3:30 to go in the first half. U.S. has been winning these games by an average of 56 points a game. Drexler lost the handle. Mullen is fouled by number 14, Eddie Cassiano.
Here's the turnover. Scottie Pippen with his long arms forces the turnover. Mullen, the nice behind-the-back wraparound, and Scottie Pippen with his great speed and quickness runs it down. He's going to hand it off to Malone. Malone says, no, I don't want it. You take, no, you got it. No, I'll miss it. And Mullen says, well, I'll take the 2 if you guys don't want them. So
Mullen with 7 points in this ball game. Second leading scorer on Team USA. Coming up at halftime on the Kraft Halftime Report, we'll have news and notes from around the NBA, an update on the European Olympic Tournament, the qualifying tournament there. And a feature I think you'll really enjoy seeing, Larry and Magic, from foes to friends, the story of their careers as opponents starting back at Michigan State and Indiana State in 1979. 19-point U.S. Bulls. Make that 29. Or 39. As if it would matter.
See the difference if you look at these two teams. James Carter, number 9, shooting the free throws right now for Puerto Rico, has great speed and quickness. He's 6 feet tall. The frightening thing about it is Scottie Pippen has more speed and quickness, and he's 6'8". That therein lies the difference in the two teams when you want to think about the perimeter people.
Mullen handling the ball. Pippen being defended by Carter. Malone against Ortiz. Ortiz with a foul, and Malone goes to the line.
That's a well-executed play that time by the United States. They ran a little give and go. Chris Mullen rub cut. He goes to the corner, and Scottie Pippen runs screen roll. You see at the jump out now. Chris Mullen works back behind the ball, and then counteraction drops the ball right back into the post. Good ball movement, and what that does is when they jump out big on the screen roll to take the turn away from you to get to the basket, you counteract and drop the ball right into the post to the guy who set the screen, Karl Malone, who gets the 3-point play.
And Malone has 12 points. As it looks as though Team USA has decided to get Malone more involved here, as Karl has been kind of taking a back seat during the tournament. Ortiz with a long bank shot. That's for 2. And Ortiz has 10 to lead all the Puerto Rican scorers. No look. Drexler to Malone.
Called 3 seconds on Karl Malone. See, in the international play, that 3-second, they really watch that. The lane is wider, the trapezoidal lane. They watch that more than they do in the United States. We've seen more 3-second calls, I think, here in this week than we see in the NBA all season long.
19 feet across on the baseline down there. Morales on the give and go. However, Leon couldn't get it to go. Drexler finger rolls by the glide. 30-point U.S. lead.
Well, that was a quick move.
Drexler to Malone. Malone has 14.
Have you ever seen better passing and decision making with great athletes on the fast break and unselfish play? These guys, and they don't practice that much either. Chuck Daly realizes that it's better for them to be fresh, but this is incredible.
There's the 19-year-old with the drive to the hoop, Eddie Casiano, who didn't see much action prior to this game for Puerto Rico. Drexler to Malone. Offensive foul.
We're going to see Clyde Drexler.